Oh, there we go. Was the audio not working? Let me turn this camera around here. Huh. I don't know why that would have been turned off. That would have sucked. Can you guys hear me now? That's never happened before. Ha! That's what she says. So, as you all know, I tore my bicep tendon, so I'm kind of rehabbing. Last stream, I was working on my Salamanders FireDrake here, and stream did pretty well, so I thought I would continue. Stinky the cat. What's going on? Stinky, you like Warhammer? Um, it was weird. I was doing a heavy deadlift. I don't know if you saw the video, but I almost had it locked out, and it just popped right off. Bam! And it came right off the forearm, just sheared right over. You could see like right here is a tendon, and right here there's nothing. So I was talking to. I actually went to the competition, and I talked to a few people that had the surgery, and they said that they were lifting a week after they got the cast off. So I get the surgery Thursday. I'll be in a cast for a week, and then I'll be in a sling for a week. I'll start physical therapy, and uh, I'll be training before probably the month's over. It's gonna be leg day every day for a while, so I'm not, starting tomorrow. I'll be training legs again, like nothing. The only thing is I might have to actually go to the commercial gym because they got a hack squat machine and they got the Smith machine and they got a belt squat, and I can actually do a lot. I'm gonna compete in September. I don't know. I can't really. I mean, a lot of it's. I don't know. I don't know. This is all new for me. This guy's gonna be badass when I'm done with him. Oh, thanks, Stinky. Appreciate it. Stanky. I'm saying your name wrong. Stanky the cat. I saw a video the one time and the sound was awful. If you go to my live streams, it's like literally the last minute or two of my last deadlift training, and I got it, and I am going nuts, by the way. I was supposed to go to Muay Thai training because I could still do technique days. But I'll be honest with you, I was kind of depressed, so I didn't. I already went through the self pity, the oh poor me, the oh my life's over, what am I gonna do? And then I'm like, I don't know. I was watching a video with Dr. Mike Israetel, and he takes a month off every year. Like he cuts off everything, all PEDs, testosterone, the whole 9 yards, and he just stops lifting for a month. I don't know if I could do that. Right now, I am off everything because I got surgery coming up. But that stuff stays in your system for weeks, so it's not like. Normally, after competitions, I get off everything, anyways, except for a hormone replacement therapy. But there is some studies to suggest that being on anabolics can actually hurt recovery. So they usually recommend, if you're taking anything, to get off of it. So, you know, I might lose a little size and strength. I don't know. I'm going to start training. Like I said, I'm going to start training tomorrow. I'll do what I can. What in God's name happened to my hair? We all dyed our hair. You should see my wife's. It looks great. This is actually going to wash out. I forgot I had it in, to be honest with you. It's that's temporary. I forgot I put that in there. This looks kind of cool though. Looks like my hair's on fire. That's kind of what that's what I'm gonna be going for with this guy. As you might have, if any of you have followed me for any amount of time, you will realize that I have zero shame when it comes to my personal style. I've always been a little bit of a weirdo, but we have fun. My wife, I dyed her hair last night. It's pink, and it fades down to black, and it looks like her head's on fire too, but it actually looks good on her. My training schedule looks like hell if I know. Now tomorrow I'm going to start. I'm gonna probably, I don't know. I'm gonna do something tomorrow. I was actually gonna do stretching and my normal routine today, but I actually really like doing this stuff. I was doing I was posting Warhammer content for a long time, and I got away from it when I started doing live streams. And I've been really wanting to continue doing it, but I wasn't sure if anyone would want to watch it. But the last stream I did, I had 24,000 views. What's up, Jonathan? Miniature's looking great. No, so this is Vulkan He Stan. He's a Salamanders FireDrake, and this is an Etsy salamander, and he stands on there. So it's a it's going to be more of a display piece. I actually have the tabletop version in my display case. But I run salamanders. I've got a 5,000 point salamanders army, and I have a lot of 3D printed proxy models, including the Primarch Vulkan. And I have a video of him on my, if you go on my, I have a playlist, it's Warhammer 40k and Friends, Warhammer and Friends, something like that. And it's got some of the models I've painted, and I've got Vulkan in there. And I got these FireDrakes. I got 6 of these guys I got to paint. And I've got the Terminators. I got 6 of these guys I got to paint. Oh, the only problem with the, oh my God, don't break. The 3D printed, he's got a magnet. The 3D printed models are very fragile. This guy's pretty cool. And then that'll complete my, when I run the tabletop, I run 2 characters. One of them is Adrox Agatone. He's a FireDrake. And the other one is Forge Father, Vulkan He Stan. And they give buffs to fire, melter, and flame weapons. So if you can run a transport, and you can run FireDrakes, the Terminators, and it becomes like it's an assault type battle where everybody's got flame weapons, and you just I don't know how to describe it. It's like a play strategy. My arm hurts like hell, but at the same time, it's not really, there's nothing I can do about it because the tendon came off the bone, Steven. So, a matter of fact, I haven't lost any range of motion or articulation. So when I went to the doctor, I said, "Hey, so what is if I can move my arm? If the muscle came off, like how can I move my arm? What is this controlling?" And he grabbed my hand and he said, "Supinate your grip." Well, he was holding it and he could barely hold it. He said, "Yo, yeah, so you're really strong." So now do it with this hand. And I had no strength. I couldn't turn his hands, even though empty, no weight, I can articulate just fine. Um, as a matter of fact, I was talking to a couple of powerlifters, and they said that they didn't even get the surgery. They just let it heal without the tendon, and they just learned to do all 3 lifts without it. I said, well, I'm not going to do that, because then if it's sheared off the bone, you don't have to worry about it coming off a second time. I guess that's the strategy, is like you remove the risk. But I would rather quit powerlifting than not have use of my arms. Like, that's just weird to me. Somebody told me that Larry Wheels has detached bicep tendons and he never got his fixed. I don't know. I mean, but I guess it doesn't, like, you can get strong enough to control the eccentric on the bench press. You don't really need your biceps. Am I going crazy yet? Yeah. Look at my hair. This is this type of shit I do when I'm bored. When I'm stuck at home and I do dumb shit. Strike while the cheese is warm. FireDrakes for Salamanders. Yeah, thanks, Bruce. Maybe a salute wouldn't hurt. Well, let's see. Bam. Yep, I still can do that. It hurts. Bam. Larry Wills is a crackhead. Yeah. What's your cycle? Right now, nothing. The least you can do is salute a seal. You're lucky I'm sharing my time with you. Oh, Samson, you're welcome for my service. You're one of those guys. I'm gracing you with my presence. Samson, I'll be okay without you, buddy. I know it's gonna be hard, but I'll somehow manage. Only fucking seals, I tell you what. You guys, most of the seals I've met, or at least people that tell other people that they're seals. Like, I don't go around just like I don't walk up to people and I'm like, "Hey, do you know I was in the Marine Corps?" I'm like, "Oh, you're welcome for my service, asshole." I fought for your freedom. I'm just walking up to random people. How come every veteran you meet is either a SEAL or a Marine Ranger or, some sort of special forces? You never meet like a cook or motor T or, like artillery. It's always, I was a scout sniper. Well, you're 6'8" and 400 pounds. That's weird, but I believe you. I'm 3 days post surgery and going crazy. Oh yeah, that's right. How did it go, David? Can you do more car talk videos? I guess. I don't know. What do you want to know? I was a mechanic for a long time. As a matter of fact, I used to, my garage was an automotive center before it became a weight room. I got a 5 horsepower air compressor and all of the tools, snap on. I could do most. We had a gantry crane, shop crane, and I lent it to my buddy. I lent my buddy my shop crane and my engine stand, and then he fucking moved to Kentucky. But yeah, we were pulling engine blocks. We were doing complete rebuilds right out of my garage. I was making extra money on the weekends doing like oil changes, changing struts and shocks out, things like that. But I kind of got sick of, like, the juice wasn't really worth the squeeze. You know what I mean? Like, you get 1 or 2 days off, and like I got to pull somebody's struts. I just got sick of doing it. But I wish I still had it. I sold it. I had a '66 Mustang with a Cleveland. It was a coupe, 2-door. Well, they're all 2 doors. We had a '91 4Runner 2-door. That thing was bitching. It had a 3-inch lift, 34-inch Mickey Thompsons on it. Little rock crawler. My favorite car, big man. I really like the GT 350 Mustangs. I know they're not like. I know you could do a lot better, but I just really like them. The GT 500s are cool, but there's something about the 350s, just because they used to. That's what they used to race. They had independent suspension back in the day. Like even the GT 500s up until 2016 had truck axles. They had the same rear end that the Ford F-150s had. So, I mean, and way more horsepower, way faster in a straight line. But they were up until the last couple of years, they were aerodynamically unstable. After 150 miles an hour, you needed to have front spoilers on them, or else they'd fly off the track. Videos of me in my car. I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. That would require. Oh, I see. You're saying my truck rant. I used to do those all the time. I'd be just driving around in my truck listening to the news, and I'd hear something really stupid, and it would cause me to lose faith in humanity, and then so I would just make a video about it. Yeah, I can do more of those. Those are fun. The only reason I stopped doing them is because I didn't get a lot of views. So it didn't seem like there was that much of an interest in them. I mean, my channel's not that big. It's way bigger than I ever thought it would be. I never thought I would get more than 6 people to listen to me. The only reason I started a YouTube channel is because when COVID shut the gyms down, we were all kind of locked at home, and I started just training, filming my training videos. And this was back before I really knew a lot about YouTube. I thought maybe there was a market for over 40 elite level powerlifters, and I found out the hard way. No one gives a shit. Like, I don't know. I got an 09 GT sitting in the driveway, and it's modified to. It's got about, I don't know, 380 to the wheels, and it's got a truck axle in it. I don't really. I don't know. It's fun to drive. It's stick shift. It's a little top heavy. Well, we lightened it. The curb weight when it was the brand new was 3,800 pounds, and we took 400 pounds of weight off of it. But I wound up having to put some back because most of the weight came off of the rear end. So anytime you would start drifting into a turn, the car wanted to swap ends. So we did things like we just moved everything to the trunk. But the axle, it's easy to work on. We changed the rear end gearing out. It's a 373 final drive. I got a Tremec 5-speed in it. It's fun. It's nothing fancy. It's a sleeper. I was taking it down to so here in Vegas you can get onto the Speedway on Saturdays, and you can enter your car and they'll let you run quarter miles. And I was doing that. The best. Did I break 12 seconds? It's either really low 13s or really high 12s I was able to get with it. but I stopped doing it because I watched a newer Mustang. They've got uh, the drive shaft's flanged so that if it breaks, it doesn't destroy the engine. And I watched this guy bust his drivetrain and it stuck into the ground and ripped his rear end off. And it was kind of cool to watch. It was catastrophic. It was awesome. But then I started thinking about it. I'm like, man, I'm still making payments on this thing. I don't own this car. Like, I should probably stop driving it like this. But now it's paid for. So we've gotten all the work done to the engine block to put a Edelbrock supercharger on it, which is going to cost me about $5,000. And then I think that's all I'm going to do to it. Yeah, they work until you hit a corner. They don't. It's not the best handling car in the world, but it's fun to drive. Let's see. Stanky, a 47-year-old powerlifter. Been powerlifting since I was 25. About to age out. Joints aren't holding up anymore. Well, I would just. You know what? I was doing great until this injury. I'm not ready to quit just yet because I'm super close to getting the national records. And I just want to get them before. I have two things that I want to check off. I want to get best lifter at a meet, and I want to get the national records. Fella, thank you. My favorite chapter, Death Watch. I was doing Grey Knights for a while. I have a Salamanders army, 5,000 points. We got a bunch of chaos we're working on. I've got orcs. I've got Sisters of Battle. I've got Custodes. I got Tau. Got about 1,000 points of every army. We got Necrons. We got Eldari. Who else? We got Word Bearers. I said Grey Knights already, right? But I've recently really started liking the Inquisition. So I'm going to build an Inquisition army, and it's going to be centered around the Death Watch Marines. I think they're badass. And Death Watch can be anybody. Death Watch is an aggregate of all the chapters, or can be. Let's see. You. Sorry, here I get sucked in when I'm concentrating. What day do I do my surgery? Wet shark. Thursday. To be determined. They're going to call me the day before and tell me what time I need to be in. And then they said I'll be in a sling for a week, or a cast for a week. I'll be in a cast for a week, a sling for another week, and I'll start my physical therapy as soon as I get out of the cast. So about a week in. Alright. I thought about airbrushing this guy, but I have a couple of airbrushes, but I'm going to save that for my Titan. I do a lot of airbrushing. I also use, I think I'm the only one that does this, but I bought every single one of the acrylic paint markers from Michaels, every color of these. These are awesome. These save so much time. I saw guys painting Gundams, and they make Gundam markers, and I bought a set, but the colors are limited. And I thought, man, this would be bitching if they had other colors, and you can go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby, and they have all of them. Pretty much any color you can think of. All the metallics. Doing is what I do. Usually I do every color I do a base color, and then I'll darken it with some kind of a shader, and then I'll do a lightening color over it with like a dry brush technique usually. So when it's done, kind of gives it a dynamic look. Oh, it's the difference between, like, you can go to like stores that sell like little figurines, and people decorate their plants with them and stuff, and they look like they were painted by some guy in a sweatshop. It makes it that's kind of where we're at now with it. Is he got the sweatshop paint job. When I'm done, this will look like he's on fire. His back will look like he's glowing. I'll hold off on his teeth. All right. I'll tell you what, I am not a big fan of Citadel's lineup. Their paintbrushes, all their tools they sell seem to be really overpriced and really not that high quality. I think the paint, they're okay, but for the amount of money they want for them, seems like it would be better. But the Army Painter stuff, the standard old Army Painter brand, it seems like their paints have come like they've gotten their formula down. The Army Painter brand paints seem to be really good. They got Vallejo, those are that's decent. Testers makes okay stuff, but that's their paints require thinner, so it's a little harder to work with. That's like the old standard model kit paints. They make really good airbrush paints. Alright, so now I'm painting white. This is going to look like lava when it's done. Like a river of lava is going underneath him here. Let's see here. I went to that place for the competition the other day. I went to a place that had a competition for this the other day. Oh, for painting? Where at? Where'd you go? They have like a convention? The one that you're willing to do every day, Hulk Hogan. Yeah. Why the hair color change? We were all playing around. My sister's visiting. My wife dyed her hair, and my daughter wanted to do hers, but she's not allowed to have hair color in the school she goes to. She goes to a private school. So I did temporary hair color with my daughter, and I forgot I had it in, to be honest with you. This washes out. We were just having fun. I have been, if you go back and look at my videos, I'm kind of a dork, and I like to dye my hair, but This is not permanent. It's temporary. I actually forgot I put it in. Let's see. You think you'll be able to come back 100%? Oh, I'll be stronger, Wet. Absolutely. I'll be way stronger as long as I let it heal properly. Running stairs or elliptical, which is best? Running stairs or elliptical. 45 minutes to an hour. That's an awesome name, Hulk Hogan's Tights. Well, the best for what? What are we trying to accomplish? Let's start with that. Let's get some context. Let's see here. Worst case, he can hook grip. I'm going to start hook gripping anyways, just because I don't ever want this to even be a possibility of happening again. I used to do hook grip. I got away from it because I'm lazy. I've done supinated for 10 years, never had any problems. And people telling me for 10 years I should stop doing supinated. I'm going to pop a bicep. And I was like, no, as long as you keep your arms straight, you won't have a problem. Well, I had a problem. So I'm going to start hook gripping again. Hook grip sucks, but it's actually stronger. And you can cultivate a very, very strong hook grip. And my grip was my limiting factor anyways, so this will cure that. This will take care of that problem. I don't know. Hook grip sucks. It's just that's what they do in Olympic lifting. Let's see. Fully tore, easier to recover than partial. I don't know. So here's the thing, David. If you get surgery, obviously it's going to heal faster than a tear. But a tear will heal stronger. If you tear something and you allow it to heal properly, it will be stronger than it was before. So now I don't know if a surgical reattachment point is stronger than a healed torn tendon. That I do not know. I will say I had my ACL done and I had to have 2 surgeries on my knees because something to consider. Now, the surgeon that's doing my arm is very reputable. He's done over 100 of them and he's got a really, really good track record. I looked into him and he's like the guy you want to do the surgery. He's awesome. But surgery has it's a darn near 50% recidivism rate, meaning chances of the problem being worse or not fixed is a lot of times you got to go back and get surgery done again, and it's a staggering amount. So that's why we always try to say that surgery should be the last option. You want to do everything you can to avoid surgery for a variety of reasons. One, it's not good to go under. 2, people make mistakes and there's no guarantee they're going to fix the problem. And 3, you just don't want to be cutting on yourself. You don't want to be you think about it. You're just you're slicing yourself open. But oftentimes surgery is the only option. If you detach something and you need it reattached, there's no exercise that's going to do that. Then it becomes how much do I need it? Well, if I wasn't athletic, if I didn't train and I didn't care, I might not get the surgery. Maybe there is no benefit. But for me, and I told the doctor, I was like, we did the pros and cons, and he agreed that the best course of action for me is surgery. But that's not, you really want to make sure that it is the best course of action. My wife is a board certified massage therapist, and she injured her hand doing deep tissue massage. And in order for them to find the problem, they had to do exploratory surgery because of how complicated the hand is. And I told her, and she came to the same conclusion, it wasn't worth the risk. We're not even talking about fixing a problem. We're talking about just doing exploratory surgery. So she rehabbed it, and it seems like she's back 100%. And the only way to know is to start doing deep tissue massages again. So, and you guys come to Vegas and you want one of the best massage therapists in the state and she used to do the Cirque du Soleil people. Like this girl's got, like she's good. She knows her shit. So this isn't like massage envy at the mall. Like this, she was doing, strip performers. Um, and you guys come to Vegas, we can probably schedule you something. Heard arm wrestlers reattach it lower and it's better. Yeah, so this is interesting. So the attachment point was here, right? And he was talking about drilling it into the bone here. And I'm like, why? And then he kind of explained to me that the way the muscle articulates, um, it you can do it a variety of places, and it just creates different leverages. Um, and I forgot. I'll have to ask him again what the reason was he picked the mostly because that's the best attachment point. It's got the thickest portion of the bone because they have to drill into it, and they do some kind of a Kevlar something or other. I really should know these details, and I'm only getting my arm cut open. But they're using Kevlar of some sort to strengthen the torn part of the tendon. How's that guy looking so far? So that's like the base coat. God, I love doing this. What are you doing, Ricky? I'm losing my mind. What does it look like I'm doing? Mental training. American doctors are all about money. Yeah, well, not only that, I don't care if you're all about money. I think if you provide a valuable service, you should make money. I'm a capitalist, 100%. When I provide my services, whether I'm doing construction, if I build you a house and I'm doing your finished carpentry and I build you a hand-carved fireplace surround out of red oak or whatever, or I do like wainscoting, or I do a bend and twist staircase, a freestander, which I've done before, I'm charging you $300 an hour because I'm a fucking artisan and I'm worth it. So, and if you get a product that, if you get a service that no one else can provide and it's a quality service, you should make money. I have no problem with that. The issue I have is everything has to be done through insurance, and it's all about risk management because everybody's so goddamn sue happy in this country. We've created an economy off of litigation. For example, if you were to go to your primary care physician with an injury, you'll often find that they'll tell you not to lift. Don't go to the gym. No, that's bad. Why would that be bad, doc? Because you could hurt yourself. No, they're not going to accept the liability because you go to the gym and you hurt yourself and you're going to sue his ass and he'll lose his license. So how do you get a good opinion? You gotta first you gotta get like second, third opinions, and you gotta do a lot of research. And it's often difficult to find somebody who's actually honest with you. And if you can get a doctor who's honest with you, that's great. And I've got a really good primary care physician that I've been seeing for years, and I trust him. That is hard to find. I have a good relationship. I have a medical team because I'm powerlifting. I work with a physical therapist. I work with a pain specialist. I work with, they basically, as soon as I got injured, I got an MRI the next day, and they got me scheduled for surgery a week later. That is unheard of. Normally it takes people months to get referrals and MRIs and all the shit that you got to go through because the insurance companies want you to first get x-rays, knowing they can't fucking see your tendons on x-rays, and then, there's nothing on the x-ray, so now we're going to go to a CAT scan, and now we're going to do an MRI. It's like you got to do all this other bullshit first, and that's where the scam is, because every time you get referrals to see these other specialists, knowing they're not going to solve your problem, all of them are charging you money. And by the time you actually get to the person that can help you, the surgeon, you've done what? 5 office visits and 4 co-pays, and you're out $1,000 and you haven't even gotten closer to fixing your problem. Like, yeah, the American medical system is fucked, but it's also the best. Like, it is hands down. Like, you're gonna get the best. It is, if you're gonna get. There's a reason why people come to America to get high-end procedures done, but yeah, getting to that point, getting that level of care can be next to impossible for a lot of people. Believe me, it took us a year and a half to get my wife's hip fixed, and we had to fight for it. But eventually, I got her the same surgeon that does the Raiders and the police department and the fire department, and so she got the best surgeon in the state of Nevada. But to get to that point, it was a real fight. A total waste of time, total waste of money, and it's all driven by insurance and litigation. I know this because I do safety management for a living, and most of what we do is case management. By keeping our EMR ratings low, which is our incident to man hours ratio, how many incidents do you have in your company to the amount of man hours you worked in construction can um, basically, whether you can bid a job or not. That's how bad it's gotten. Like so your company, let's say you have 2 steel erection companies, and they're the best, they make the best buildings, and this guy's like, nah, not quite as good, but they're okay. But these guys have a way better EMR than the best. Well, because they're going to cost way more money to insure, that's part of the bid, and they're going to lose that bid to this company who's got a way better EMR rating, even if the quality of the product isn't as good. And our company, and I'm going to toot my own horn, has the best EMR rating in Vegas and one of the best in construction in the United States. And all that's due to case management. Like, we would go to the doctors with the guy gets hurt, I go to the doctor with you, and I make sure that you get the care you need. But I also prevent, like, so you say you go to the doctor, right? And it's a first aid, and he patches you up and he says, I'll write you a prescription of Advil. Just him writing that prescription makes that a recordable incident in OSHA's eyes. So now your EMR rating just went up just because the doctor prescribed you Advil. So by me going with him, I'd be like, hey, do you really need a prescription of Advil? I'll fucking buy it for you. It's $2. So we would prevent stupid cases from becoming recordables, but we would also make sure if people needed help, they got the help they needed. So I was also an advocate for the guys that got injured. So, I stand by my ethics, and we run a good safety department. Guys got the treatment they needed. If they needed workman's comp, they got workman's comp. Every single one of them got paid a settlement, even if they injured themselves. It's funny because now I'm going through the same thing. Like, what was the point I was going for? Oh, yeah, I'm intimately familiar with how, with the backside of the medical process, if you will. Like, you go to the doctor, you don't see all of, like, why do they do the shit they do? Well, I know the reason why they do the shit they do, because I deal with it consistently. It's, everything's litigation. Everything is risk management. It's, company reputations, doctor reputations, litigations, lawsuits, all that shit, insurance prices. It's all bullshit. If you can find a doctor, ask him if he'll do cash. A lot of doctors, they'll do cash deals, and I bet you could just like say, hey, I don't want to deal with insurance, I don't want to deal with any of the bullshit, I'll just fucking pay you money. And we have a doctor, we pay him $2,500 a year for retainer, and he comes to the house. And he will write you any prescription you need. You could circumvent all the bullshit. It's like, what's up, Maggie? A third of healthcare costs in America is billing. Yeah, I believe that, Jazz Ragu. Yeah, I mean, there's how many people have jobs because they became medical coders, billers, people that know medical coding, like ICD-9, ICD-10 coding. And then the other issue is a lot of doctors treat the symptoms but not the root cause. I see what's called a DO, not an MD. There's MDs and DOs, and both of them are recognized as doctors in the United States. Well, a DO is more holistic. So, for example, back issues, knee issues, spine issues, what does it stem from? For me, what's the root cause? My feet are flat, which caused my gait to be uneven, which caused knee problems, which then caused back issues because my knee went out. And then, like they look at like where your injury is not necessarily caused by that. What caused that injury? And then from there, they work backwards to find the actual cause of the problem. And that's what I like about the DO's approach as opposed to an MD, which just treats the symptoms. You go in there with back pain, they're going to give you, I'm going to do back surgery. Right? Well, what caused the back issues to begin with? And that's a problem with Western medicine. 5K a year for what, coding? Warhammer, awesome. How are you, Gen X Power? Sean, I'm doing okay. Yes, Stephen Motrin does fix everything, but there is an alternative for older people. It's Celebrex. It's a little easier on your organs. I mean, doctor prescribed me Celebrex, and all I thought of was the commercial with the two old people dancing. Celebrex, Celebrex, dance to the music. I'm like, oh, I'm old. It's official. Yeah, Celebrex is awesome. All right, we got green, we got purple. Oh, yeah, we need purple. Let's see. The trick with dry brushing is you want just enough on the paintbrush to get the edges. Alright, so now, yeah, we need green. This guy needs to look like he's breathing fire. So now we're going to go in there with a red. That actually hurts. The trick to painting is to always start out with at least 1-to-1 thinner to paint. That'll give a good coat without like if it, you know how sometimes it goes on too thick and it'll gum up the details. Too watery, and it looks like a wash. If it gets too watery, you can just take like a brush and sop it up. There we go. All right, what do we got here? Commercial deals coming soon. Yeah, right. Is Christina here? No, she went to a barbecue with my sister and my daughter, and I was supposed to go with them, but I took a week off for this competition, and because I hurt myself, I've literally not had any single days to myself where I wasn't running around. And I just thought, man, I'm even supposed to have tomorrow off, but they need me to come into work. And I just told her, I said, babe, I'd like to have just one day where I could just fuck off and do whatever I want. Can I just do that? And she was cool. She's like, yep. Stay home. So I'm streaming with you guys. I just wanted one day where I could do whatever I wanted. Even if that was nothing. Call it a mental health day. I'm going to paint his face red, but then I'm going to put a purple wash over it. So it'll go into the recesses. I wonder if I should do his... Got that. I love this stuff. I'm so glad you guys are nerds like me. Or maybe I shouldn't say that, but you don't mind the nerd stuff. Let's put it that way. Because I really love doing this stuff. And it doesn't have to be Warhammer, although Warhammer is my favorite. I like Dungeons and Dragons. I like, we play Bakugan. We play Yu-Gi-Oh. We play... what's the stupid... The spinning tops. What is that? Anyway, not really big into Pokemon. Magic the Gathering. I don't know if you like Dungeons and Dragons players, or if any of you ever played Rifts before, but that's one I was really big on. I really liked Rifts. Let's see here. How long you been into Warhammer? Long time. So all through the Marines we played Warhammer. When we were on deployment, that's what we used to do. Is we'd go to the library, and we either played Magic the Gathering, or it didn't really. Warhammer was kind of unfeasible because we all had like kill team size armies, so you could play little short things. But that's what we used to play Rifts a lot, was we were on deployment. And then I kind of got away from it. And then a couple years ago, I was going through my stuff, and I found an unopened box of second edition a little Space Marine starter kit. It came with 4 Marines and the paints were all dried up. I was like, oh yeah, Beyblade, thank you. I have my own Beyblades, and my kids aren't allowed to touch them too. I got some good ones. um, anyway, I found an old Space Marine kit, and I started painting them, and I was just like, man, I love this. And my son came in, and he saw it. He just thought it was the coolest thing. So I took him to the Games Workshop hobby store, and $5,000 later, shit, this happened. Um, and then recently, it's become popular online. And the whole time I've been painting them, I was like, well, shit, maybe I should throw my hat in the ring and start. And they called me a grifter at first. This guy called me a grifter because I made a video about the female custodies, and he's like, "You're not even into Warhammer. You're just a grifter." And so the next video, I showed every fucking thing I own that's Warhammer or hobby related, and like this whole workbench it's 8 feet long. I've got, good lord, thousands of dollars worth of figurines. Like, if I'm a grifter, I don't know what the fuck you need to do to qualify. I've got 5 airbrushes. I got 3 compressors. I got, like, let's see. Which one of your kids is your favorite? Oh, come on. Okay, I couldn't possibly answer that on social media. Are you kidding me? Let's just say they both have their attributes. Um, I definitely spend way more time with my daughter, but that's not necessarily my son's fault. um, yeah. How's the bicep feeling? It sucks. Actually, it's not. It doesn't hurt too bad. Um, it interferes with everything. All right, so now we're gonna do let me try a wash here. Purple Swarm. I'm gonna try this speed paint. I just bought these, so I don't know how this is gonna turn out. Yu-Gi-Oh, Beyblade. My wife from California, Jazz Ragu. My wife from California says hello. She digs the muscles, hairstyle, and your knowledge of healthcare. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I deal. Like I said, I deal with the back end of it a lot. And the other thing, I'm an advocate, and a lot of companies they they're a bottom line, and they would rather, what's the word? What am I looking for here? They don't necessarily have the best interests of the people that get injured in mind. So I try to be an advocate for the guys in the field. And they just automatically assume we're trying to screw them anyways, but that's okay. I want to make sure. It's like I want to protect the company. I want to do my job. So I manage the cases that I can. But I also want to make sure that the guys get the care they need. And a lot of that is like the guys, they don't go to their own appointments. They don't do physical therapy. A surprising amount of people think that surgery is like the easy way to fix problems too. So when you try to talk somebody out of getting surgery, they automatically think that you're trying to screw them over. Oh yeah, that's gonna look cool. Hell yeah. Digging the speed paint. Speed paints are like washes. They're real thin, they seep in the cracks. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. to go over this again with green. God. Normally I wouldn't spend this much time on one figurine, but I want this guy to look like a showpiece when I'm done with him. I wonder if, like, I get kind of sucked in and I get quiet. Look at the text here. Is this an expensive hobby? Yes, super expensive. Oh, but you can do it cheap. I recommend like going on eBay and buying people's used or partially finished. Just buy a couple pieces and see if you enjoy doing it. First of all, because the problem is you can't play the game if you don't like this portion of it. Now, there's like rich people will commission people to paint for them, and you can actually make a lot of money painting figurines for people. To me, that's like, hey, teach their own, I guess. Bottom line is, yeah, you gotta. If you don't enjoy painting figurines, at least to get what's called tabletop ready, you're not going to enjoy the game. Some people like the lore, like they have like hundreds of books for what's called the Black Library, and some people just like the video games and the lore and all that stuff, and they don't care about the game. Some people just like painting the figurines and they've never played the game once. That's cool. Some people like the game and they hate painting figurines. That's why I suggest maybe Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know. It's kind of cool to set up little armies and go at it with your friends. But I can also see where it's wouldn't be for everybody. I like all of it. I'm a big sci-fi nerd, and I think that the 40k universe is just really cool. And I'm kind of opinionated about the changes that they've been wanting to make recently. Mostly with like the trans stuff, like female space marines, female custodians. Like, dude, leave the lore alone. Just it's fine the way it is. And it's like, oh, you just don't like women. And it's like, what are you talking about? I run an all-women army. Sisters of Battle. Actually, though, I like painting the women figurines more than the men. I got a whole bunch of them. I got a... This is a Etsy rendition of a female space marine. And then I really like my Eldari. These are all female. So it's like to say there's no women representation in Warhammer. It's like stupid. There's like that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. What it is like they don't want men to have their thing. It's like how dare you have something to yourself. All right. That is starting to look bitchin'. Did I miss any spots? I'll go over this one more time. Right here. So now for the fun part. Let him dry for a little bit. Let's do Vulkan here. I need more copper. Let's see. U.S. Marines painting Space Marines. Thanks. Is that a leather ball sack in the back there? It is. Let's see. Yep. It's a slip bag. Is it easy to get on TRT? Yes, but it's expensive. I got an interesting question. The best of the best apply for Tier 1 Special Forces like Delta Squad. Which unit does the genetic experiments to make them into Space Marines? DARPA. Did you tear the bicep? Completely random. 100%. What's up, Revolutions? Purchased a figure dragon to do some arts and crafting. Hell yeah. Make sure you... So, one thing you guys can do is you can upload videos to YouTube and make them private. And then you can share them with me. Like, say you want me to see a video you made or a craft you're working on or whatever, lifting. Maybe you want help with coaching. And say, like, it's harder. Instagram, you can't put huge videos on Instagram, or you can, or maybe you don't want the world to see what you're working on, but you want my opinion on it. Post it to YouTube, make it private or unlisted, and then share the link, and then I can check it out. And I could even maybe feature it on my channel if you so desire. Something I've been thinking about doing. I do like shout out videos of other lifters channel. I forgot how to talk. Lifting channel gooder, put on, say things nice. I do shout outs on lifting channels. U.S. Arid Fort Detrick. Thanks, Mark. How did you tear it? Doing really heavy deadlifts. Peptides work great, and I'm currently taking them. BPC 157, TB 500. They don't, however, replace tendons that are torn completely. That's just unfortunately not going to work. There's only so much peptides can do. Can you bring your figure dragon to see closer up painting? Yeah, he's not done yet. I'm just letting him dry a little bit. I still gotta do the details on him. And then this guy sits here. So I'm letting him dry a little bit. And I thought I would work on Mr. Vulkan here. Sorry, the shit sucks. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Body beatdown, what's up? Mixed grip, yes. Mixed grip deadlifts. Yep. That's the risk, man. I'm gonna switch to hook grip. People say, why don't you do hook grip to begin with? It's hard. Hook grip's hard, especially when you're over 600 pounds. Like, that's something you would need to most people can't do, and it does require, you got to train your thumbs, your calluses. Let me see here. That could be white. So now, when you want to do gold, I always start with like a copper color as a base, and then instead of painting it gold, I highlight the edges, and then it really makes it look like a lot more realistic. Uh, 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 uh. Let's see here. We got Vulkan's Gauntlet here. Mm. There we go. Alright, what we got here? See you later, Fleet Terran. What is Warhammer? I was thinking about getting into it, but I haven't had the time yet. It's it's a tabletop game where you purchase an army of miniatures, and it's points based. So each type of unit has a point assigned to it, generally based on their abilities. So the stronger the unit, the more points they cost. And it's played a lot like chess in a way where you use dice, you take turns, and you fight other armies. And the dice rolls determine everything from how far you can move to how much damage your units inflict to how much damage they take. There's rule books that explain what units do what type of damage and what they can do. And it sounds super complicated, but generally speaking, they have starter kits you can buy where it's like small units, little 6-on-6 type thing. You can play with a friend. Smaller games can take an hour or two. Larger games with like huge armies that span entire tabletops can take sometimes the entire day to play. They have tournaments. So it's a game that can be as simple or as complicated as you want it to be. And same thing with painting. Now the rules state you have to be legal in tournaments. Your figurines have to have, your miniatures have to have at least 3 colors. Because a lot of people like will show up, they'll put the little plastic models together, and they'll just show up just with that, and it's usually frowned upon. But a lot of times at local hobby places, though, if it's like your first time, they'll let you run like that normally just to get a feel for it. Some people, like I was saying, there's a lot of lore, and some people just like that portion of it. They don't care about the game. Some people just like painting the figurines. I like all of it. I think it's all fun. Think of it, so it's like a cross between Dungeons and Dragons and chess. Maybe, I don't know. Is that a good? Good Lord, this guy's got some parts on him. Oh, this guy's got a magnet. There we go. Let's see here. When did you get into Warhammer? I've been playing since like the 80s, the 90s. Yeah, it's around 91. I did get hurt. I tore my bicep tendon completely off the bone. No bueno. Alright, so. And I have surgery on Thursday. Can't wait. I'll be in a cast for a week. And I'll start physical therapy my second week. And then I'll be back training probably tomorrow. I took a week off. I think that's enough time. Okay, let's see here. So right now I'm doing the base coat on old Vulkan here. Yeah, I have a couple of airbrushes that I use. Well, that one's, I'm not going to pull that one out. I have a really expensive one and a couple of cheap ones for depending on what I'm doing. If I'm doing like primer, I use the cheaper ones. If I'm doing really fine detail, I use a more expensive one. But sometimes it's just easier, or I don't want to say faster, but just easier to use a brush. Depends on what you're doing, I guess. Like for him, it probably would have made more sense to use the airbrush, but I just felt like hand painting him. Alright, get in there, holding some cranes. Oh, this guy's gonna look awesome when I'm done with him. What is that? That's gonna be... I'm gonna paint that white instead of gold. And his hair will be on fire. I paint that metallic green. And that'll be red. Yeah, I guess I could do his whole foot. Be super careful here. Whoa. Hey, babe. Are you home or are you just online over at Angela's house? 50 sets. Yeah, right. I should delete my yapping, just looking for guidance. Any mods have any input? I guess I wasn't paying attention. My old supervisor said, let's see here. I missed your comments, any. Just looking for what people think of my training revision, if they have a way I should do it better. Poor man's gym, what's up? Well, I guess I need some context. I don't know what your training revision is. What is it you're trying to do differently? Let's see here. That's gonna be dark. So I'll leave that, I'll leave that, I'll leave that. That can be gray. This can be gold. That can be gold. And that could be bone. This is a power spear. Back, huh? All right. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Well, you know what? Let's do this. I'll just paint that whole thing in there. That's going to be white. All right. I've been doing way too much training, even though I've experienced noticeable gains. I've not gained on my measurements in most areas, so my revision is training higher intensity, less sets. Well, that's what I do. One set to failure. And so gaining on your measurements, that's tricky because that usually requires you eat more. Getting stronger at the same size or getting bigger usually is a diet thing, like bulking, but you just need to start a slight caloric excess. You don't need to go nuts with it. Let me see here. I need I'm a big advocate of doing less volume with higher intensity. Let's do this. I'm going to go with dark shade for him. And I'm going to go with black for him. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta use the bathroom real quick. Maybe 20 seconds, maybe 30, 40, maybe like 50 seconds. Hey, babe, our back gate was open. All right. Let's see. I've been doing about 50 sets of chest twice a week, and I've been recovering from that. I think I'm damaging my chest to the point where, yeah, absolutely. So when I go through volume blocks, I only do it for like 4 weeks. If you're doing that over a long period of time, you're definitely going to start backsliding. You got to think of it like this: the human body takes 9 days to fully recover from a max effort. So, like if I do maximum effort, like as much as I can pull on a deadlift, it'll take me 9 days before I recover. Now, what'll start happening is say you don't wait 9 days, say you wait 6. You'll probably be okay, but eventually you're cutting into that recovery time, and you're going to start losing strength. Your body will it'll become catabolic, and you'll start backsliding. And you don't want that. All right. Nip slip. Ha. You guys like it. You know it. Let's see what we got here. What's up, B-Ball? What do you think is funnier, Navy or Marines? Oh, Jarheads for sure. We're infants. Jarheads are infants. We have a very crude sense of humor, and I love it. I think that goes with all branches of the service, though, really. Alright. Under another regions here. You gotta get your tenders, boy. Look at those horns on this. This guy's gonna look great when I'm done with him. Like, you keep saying that. Trust me. Trust the process. Now, wash this out. Get some soap for the brush. The problem with the shadow washes is they've got a gloss to them. So now It's sticking. So none of these got these. Not. Oh shit. This is just like hobby putty you can buy. Oh, god damn it. That's what I was trying to avoid. Once you get all the recesses darkened, you can start bringing out the highlights. Him dry. Oh, this really doesn't want to stick to this. Oh, this shit pisses me off. Okay. I'm having problems here. son of a bitch. Stay. All right. All right, where were we? Have you had your competition yet? No, I had to drop out, Joel. I blew my bicep out. You could join the Tier 1 and do close quarters combat and hostage rescue all day with unlimited funding. Who's that? Rich guy, I was there when you got hurt. I'm doing okay. Guy at work is making me work all the poser muscles, traps, etc. Continue art. I wish Jesus bless you. Thank you, Lucas Dufutson. I appreciate that. Lalo, thank you. I appreciate that, Lalo. Big wholesome hobbies. I appreciate that. I love Warhammer. You know what it is we were the nerds that were picked on in high school. So we got really big and wanted the world to be intimidated by us, and then as we got older, we realized that that's stupid. Hopefully grew out of that. Now, let me think here. I need... Let's go with Vallejo. See how that really brings the scales out? Let's see. So now I'm just dry brushing over the top edges. This spine of bones, I think I'll paint with like a white or a bone color. Let's see. Most gym guys' origin stories. Yep. Curls are a waste of time. If you like, if you like, if you like doing curls, do them. But you don't need to. Honesty and humbleness never gets old. Thanks, Maggie. Rice, chicken, and no carbs. Lightweight, baby. Let's see here. Squats literally boost your testosterone a lot. You can work out even better if you train them first. I would agree. So we can talk about natural testosterone boosting. There's an issue with that because of Western diet, the sedentary lifestyle, whatever. Fill in the blank. A lot of I want to say I was looking at the statistics and we're like 40% lower than like the boomers were back in the 40s. Testosterone's lower, 40% on average. So, doing heavy compound movements will boost your testosterone, but only to the point where your natural production's supposed to be. You got to think of your body as a system, and it's going to find an equilibrium. So you're not going to boost your testosterone past the point of where you should be as a man if everything's working correctly. Does that make sense? Like you're not gonna create super physiological amounts of growth hormone or testosterone or whatever. You'll be optimized. That's a good place to start. That's healthy. But a lot of these supplements or diets or whatever, fill in the blank, that sell you on testosterone boosting, make it sound like you can go above and beyond what your body would naturally try to produce if it's optimized. And even when you do add stuff like that to your body will try to equalize production of hormones. That's the way the body's designed to work. So really the only way to get super physiological amounts of any hormone is to unfortunately add that hormone, which, AKA take steroids or start using testosterone. I'm not advocating for that. I'm just saying that's really the only way you're going to get an actual boost past what your body would normally produce if everything's in an optimal condition. But optimal is a start because most of us are suboptimal. Even people that use PEDs are covering up a lot of mistakes. I know guys that use steroids and their diets are crap, their sleep is crap, they don't manage their stress, and eventually it's going to cause something catastrophic to happen in that system because your body can only do that for so long. That's a good place to start. I'm a big advocate of 5 lifts: bench press, deadlift, squat, overhead press, and barbell rows. Do those 5 lifts, follow a program with progressive overload, and you're going to love the results you get. What do you think? Is this guy starting to look okay? I need a darker red. So I'm going to add a little black in here. You see he's like dark here, but if you turn him, it's like white underneath the scales. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's have purple in here. Alright. What do you think of that? Waiting something great. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. Now we'll do the flame crest on them. And you can see like where the, let's see here. Yeah. Starting to look okay. All right, let's see the cat. How long's he been painting? 10,000 years. Ha! Thanks, Petrie. Justin, what's up? How long have you been a Warhammer fan? Oh man, a long time. It's probably since the 80s, 90s. So now we need to get nice bright yellow. Your bench press weight has majority to do with work ethic and how you go about working out. If your ethic is decent, yet you weigh 130, your chances of hitting 2 plates is... Oh, okay, you're talking to him, okay. Cooper, thank you, I appreciate that. What's your favorite faction? My favorite is Death Watch. My largest one is Salamanders. I got a big old Salamanders army. I've got Orcs, I've got Sisters of Battle, I've got Grey Knights, I've got Tau, I've got Custodes, I've got Imperial Guard, I've got Eldari, I've got Chaos, those are Word Bearers. I've got my daughter's running Warhammer Fantasy. She's got Skinks or Seraphon. And who do we not have? Who am I missing? We got Orcs. Oh, Necrons. Got tons of Necrons. Check this bad boy out. I gotta paint him up. I'm doing a diorama. So I got this Imperial Knight here, and I got 2 smashed Necrons that I kit bashed. So I'm gonna do a diorama where this guy's gonna be just like zap frying. Got a bunch of Necrons that I'm working on. These are just I just started painting these. And who else did I got here? I got Sisters of Silence, which of course if you got Custodes, you better have Sisters. This would be Grey Knights. Got a ton of them. Dark Angels. My son started painting him. This is Azrael. I gotta go over him again. And inside the house I have a display case with all my finished guys. The hardest faction to play. Hardest. Battle Sisters. Sisters of Battle are difficult. Tau, I don't like playing Tau because it's all ranged. I love playing Salamanders. Grey Knights are easy. Custodians are easy. Orcs are the best. Orcs is just 50-50. Orcs are awesome because you just show up and have a good time. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. Eldari are kind of hard to play. They got some rules. Orcs are awesome. You guys want to just go get yourself an orc army, paint a bunch of green boys up, and just get after it. Public gyms are trash. They sure can be. All right, now. What am I painting? Oh, yes. Yes. Here's tongue here. Done it. Now, yellow. Oh, shit. So I need to get a fluorescent yellow. And I need to water this shit down. I need a paper towel. I'll be right back. Anything. This will work. There we go. That's gonna look fucking cool. Yeah, it doesn't look bitchin'. Let's see, let that dry for a little bit. I just subscribed. Unthinkable Ninja. Thank you. Do 15 pull-ups. I didn't compete. I tore my just I got the one, the bicep tendon is missing, no longer there. I ruptured it. Hey, baby. I'm having apple crumble pie for my 26th birthday. Nice. Back to painting. Hell yeah. I'm working on my salamander here. What's up, Mikey? Something different about your hair. Oh, yeah, I forgot to wash this out. It's actually not that red. All right, now. some highlights on the teeth. Need a better light. Let it dry for a minute. him a rest. All right. You going to have the lumps tomorrow? Ego painting. Watching this makes me want to build a puzzle for some reason. Oh, drab. Oh, let me shoot this up first. It's a friggin' process, that's for sure. Let's try. Definitely a process. Let's see. All right, Mikey. I'll see you later. Yeah. The only problem with painting knee pain is I get sucked into it. I'm like, it's hard to. I have to remind myself I'm actually talking to people. Uh, let's see. All right, put him on here yet. Not quite. Let's see. But so far, it's turned out pretty good. Yeah, yeah, you are. A little bit of white in here. It's starting to turn out pretty good. What do you think so far, guys? Yeah. No, I agree. It's fun to get zoned in, but uh, I gotta remember I still want to talk to people. Red. And then I'd be ready to glue him on. This is gonna be badass. I've had this thing staring at me for months. So far, I'm really happy with it. Where's my little dry brush? Oh shit. This is what the soap's for. You ever let a brush dry, you can use this soap. It's just like a works pretty good. Sometimes you forget, you know, you're busy and you forget to try to clean a brush. Perfecto. Jesse, what's up? Jedi, thanks, man. Threw a dip station together a few days ago. Nice. That's what I should do. Yeah, I got zoned in. Ghost Rhino, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm doing just trying to do some finishing touches on this guy. Dude, it's called like the art of the deem. Like, when is it good enough? You'll never be perfect. There's got to be a point where it's good. And that'll be different for everybody. I just like to have like a nice dynamic look to it. That way, like, you know, when somebody comes to look at it, it's like, at a glance, it's just a stupid lizard, but then it kind of draws you in and you see other details. Everything from the base, which is going to be like a lava flow. I'm just waiting for that yellow to dry. So we're going to add a little bit of orange. I like that. Kind of looks like spaghetti. I'm going to do that. Just water it down real quick. Dry brush it off. You're good to go. I think I wanted the anything I want it to be fluorescent. And then the raised surfaces I want it to be darker. Not the recesses. There we go. That's better. Let's see. Nickel Dill. Little brother, I had a date with the most wonderful woman today, and we kissed, and life is good. Hell yeah. How's the injury? It's awful. But I'm getting surgery on Thursday. I am not on cycle right now. Did I dye my hair? Yes and no. I gotta rinse it out. That'll wash out. Can't see the crayons. I ate them all. Thoughts on peptides? I love them. They work great. I use a TB 500 and BBC 157. Well, the stupid lizard's looking pretty cool. Thank you, Jesse. How long might a game of this last? It depends on how big of an army. Like, if you just do like a 1,000-point army, an hour or two. Like a chess match. Who's the tall, sickly woman behind you? That. Spaghetti lizard. Yeah. Almost got a heart attack. I don't think it's a prank. Let's see here. The hell? How long have I been on, guys? I've been on for 2 hours and 40 minutes. I guess I'll start wrapping up for tonight. But, so the next step is I'm going to finish the base, paint the lava. This guy gets glued on the base right here. And then I finish him up. My next piece, I think I'm going to do this bad boy. I'm going to airbrush this guy, though. This guy's going to look really awesome. The bigger pieces are always fun to paint. You can't screw them up as much. So, I guess I'll start cleaning up here. Is there a figurine of me? If I could pick one of these guys, who would it be? Nobody out here. Let me see here. I'd probably look a little bit like Watch Captain Artemis or somebody. This is Death Watch. I don't know if you guys ever played the new Space Marine game, but Lieutenant Titus, he was Captain Titus in the first one. It was a Death Watch Marine at the beginning of the game before he crossed the Rubicon and became a Primaris. And you're like, what the hell is this guy battling about? That's where Games Workshop upgraded all the old Marines to new ones so that they could sell more models that look cooler. Essentially. This is a pretty good stopping point, I think. Let me glue him on there so that I don't keep breaking him. As you can see, he goes on there like that. Pretty bitchin', huh? I'll set him up here to keep him safe. Alright.
get a 3D scan and print one of you.
Hell yeah. I would love to. I want to buy a 3D printer. It's easy, I'll sit it as in done. I'm running out of room for paints. I guess I could fit them up here. Goes here, neon goes down there. Uh-oh. I got this paint tree that these all fit on, and I have like literally like 100 colors. These up here, I probably could throw those out. Those are old ones. Oh, Christina's home. My timing is impeccable. Do, 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 do. So, do you guys like it when I stream this stuff? I think I'm gonna work out tomorrow. I'm gonna actually do some training. This needs to be washed. I broke out my airbrush paints, but I didn't use them. There. Put you there. I'm knocking everything over. Son of a bitch. The glues go up here. Alright. This goes in here. All right. I had fun today. But wife's home. I heard her pull up. And I need to wash this crap out of my hair. So, I think tomorrow I'm going to train, though. Leg day or something. We'll see. But I'd find I'll see you guys on the battlefield. Hit me up tomorrow.